I don't know, it's actually pretty kick-ass because we own our own company. Like, no one else owns it. Me, Joey, and Matu, and no one can tell us what to do. Like, I don't owe anything to anybody, and the success of the company is directly like related to how productive we are as far as everything, the business side, making sales, talking to kids, and everything. And no one can lie to me about numbers. No one can tell me anything. And I can do whatever I want. Like, literally, I can put a dick on a wheel. Like, I can do whatever I want, and no one can fuck with my shit. We started Fester under the principle of like it's a man company. It's all dudes that work jobs. They skate full time. They work full time. Their sole income isn't from skating, but everyone loves skating just the same, and they try their hardest. And of course, our ultimate goal is just to skate for a living. But we're still all men at the end of the day. Like, we work with our hands. We cut down trees, build houses. Oh God, that sucked. Can't drink it. All right. I'd have to say what separates fucking Fester from other wheel brands is the fact that, well, one, we have like the best urethane, like period. We tested it for a year. Like, we have like super intense wheels that last forever. We have such a little markup on them for the sheer fact they cost a lot to make. But we still make them just because we're trying to offer a good product. And then we give everything back into rollerblading, of course. And then the main thing, fuckers, the main thing that separates us from the other wheel companies is that we just like to have a kick-ass time and do whatever we want. And we have no intentions of keeping just a wheel company. Of course we want to go to a boot company. Once we own a boot company, we want to say fuck you to all the other boot companies. And then we want to merge up with all the other sports and say, hey dude, fuck football and fuck basketball. Fuck, I would probably say like a quarter of the industry. But the main people behind everything, making all the decisions, is like I pretty much do everything as far as like packaging the wheels, like packing the boxes, making the sales calls, doing all the emails, communicating with the shops, communicating with the team and everything, and just everything, like all the way from start to scratch. And then our team, like the main guys involved in making decisions is like Joey Chase, Matula Doe, and me. And then, we run everything by Nick, because Nick's a genius. So, pretty much us. That's a good question, actually, because we just talked about that in the car right here. What makes a professional skater in my eyes is the sheer fact that I could show you a clip like 4 years ago from me, and you couldn't tell the difference if it was 4 years ago or today. And I think that is like the main thing in my eyes that defines a professional, is the fact that you found your own, you stick with it. I guess some people change their clothing style, they change whatever, but the fact that your skating never changes, you just find new avenues, you progress it, but it always is you. Growing up in the San Diego scene was like a huge advantage for us. Like, I don't know if I would be sitting in this chair doing this interview if I hadn't grown up in San Diego. Like, everyone from all over the world would come to San Diego for all sports that are aggressive, like biking, skateboarding, rollerblading. And being the aggressive sports mecca of the entire world means that all of magazines are there, most pros, and so you constantly have an advantage to try to be able to get yourself seen. So I'd have to say that was a huge thing for us. At the moment, my three favorites is fucking Joey Chase, Matula Doe, and John Bolinos. As I've gotten a little bit older, the relationship's gotten a lot better. I mean, Andy and I have, all the guys I own, Andy, Sunshine, and all of them have always been really good friends of mine. The conference has really always been kind of shitty. Like, we do tours and stuff like that, or anytime they've flown me somewhere, it's rare I was ever taken care of, and I've always been picked up by someone from Sunshine. So it never really faded away. Our friendships were always there. So it was an easy transition to come back, because it's just like, hey, well, I'm just gonna ride your skates now because you guys are my friends, and I'd rather support my friends and people that take care of me and, aren't dicks and don't really want to fuck people over. And there's a common misconception of the people of Sunshine is that, they feel like a lot of bad shit happens or whatever, and realistically the skaters do it to themselves, and they need to understand that it's still a business, and business comes first and then friendship. So with that in mind, it makes it a lot easier. That's a funny one. I was actually pretty worried about it. Like, I don't know, I didn't want to, you know, that's a funny one. It's because I told my pops, like, they're not gonna let me keep my thumb. So he went on the internet and tried to see what we could do. He's like, and he found out the solution to just tell him it's for religious purposes, and I'm not religious at all. Like, I don't give a shit about any of that. So I told the doctor, like, I need to keep my thumb so I can be buried with it. It's for religious purpose that I keep all my body parts. And by law, they had to let me keep it. What do I think rollerblading needs? I think rollerblading just needs more fun people and like more unity. I think that there's a lot of discrepancy between people that think that like they're and they deserve things. I think that people need to step back and really understand like how much work they actually are putting in, and then relate it to other people that have been putting in more work or the same amount of work, or, you know, and then make a realistic decision before they open their mouth. I think that would bring the unity a lot better, and then people would appreciate them, you know, a little bit more. And I think that just right now, just accept the fact that there's not that much money in the sport, and that we all do it because we love it. And if we get along a little bit better, then, you know, maybe people will start to like it again. I mean, they already call us fags, and then we act like a bunch of fags, like whining and bickering. So, I mean, just stop being fags, pretty much. This is Damien Wilson, and you're watching me on the spot.